On Mayday, tens of thousands took to the streets in an estimated 1,000 actions across the United States and the world to demand a future that puts families over fortunes, public schools over profits, and healthcare over hedge funds. In Baltimore, Maryland, thousands took to the streets, from students to seniors, teachers to transit workers, united by a shared demand for hope, justice, and a future not shaped by billionaire greed. Marchers opposed the Trump administration policies targeting public programs, labor rights, and immigrant communities, and to express solidarity with Gaza.
Yeah, the message is that Trump and his cabinet are the richest cabinet in U.S. history. They are taking rights away from working families. They are taking funding away. They are taking jobs away. They are taking our students' futures away. And we're here to come together in solidarity, and Baltimore saying hell no to that.
In Baltimore, Maryland, thousands took to the streets, from students to seniors, teachers to transit workers, united by a shared demand for hope, justice, and a future not shaped by billionaire greed. Marchers opposed Trump administration policies targeting public programs, labor rights, and immigrant communities, and to express solidarity with Gaza. 7 feeder marches began across the city, each lifting up a specific issue before converging at McKeldin Plaza in the Inner Harbor. It was part of a nationwide mobilization under the banner Mayday Strong. One of the most raucous rounds of applause came for 16-year-old Zion Paris, a student at City High School.
You should make demands on the city, on the state, on this country, and on people that you sit around at dinner tables and at school, because this is not where our story ends. Thank you.
I'm here because my friends and my family and my community have seen the injustices that have occurred because of the second Trump administration, and we believe that as students with voices that we should be able to stand up and fight for those rights.
The demonstration, organized by a coalition of over 50 labor unions, immigrant rights groups, faith organizations, brought together struggles from across the city. Protesters called for an end to cuts to education, protection for migrant communities, and a ceasefire in Gaza.
I think this is such an illustration of the power of grassroots mobilization, the power of social movements when they can tether the struggles together. We have people here from teachers' unions. I brought students from Benjamin Franklin High School. There are professors, students, labor organizers that have all come together, immigrant rights groups, LGBTQ.
Speakers decried the detention of student activists who oppose Israel's genocide in Gaza and highlighted recent victories, including the release of Columbia University student organizer Moshen Madawi.
I think everyone should be afraid that our First Amendment rights are in jeopardy right now. And so especially students being disappeared with no due process is something that should concern us all. We are also always concerned about where our country is spending their money. We think that those dollars that are being sent to Israel to drop bombs, they could be spent on working families here in the States.
Organized labor played a central role in mobilizing this year's march, drawing from the radical legacy of Mayday, a holiday rooted in workers' resistance and international solidarity.
At the Haymarket Square, when workers were protesting for an 8-hour workday, and then shots rang out and a bomb exploded, and workers were killed. In protest to the backlash on the workers in Chicago, that was when people came out in the streets because there was unfair targeting of the activists and the labor unionists in the crowd. And so that's when that became International Workers' Day.
In a moment marked by rising inequality and the creeping threat of fascism, organizers emphasized that Mayday is just the beginning.
So there are so many different movements that actually have their tentacles in local communities and are daily doing education, canvassing, dissemination, making information accessible to impoverished communities. But the Baltimore Rapid Response Network has perhaps one of the best strategies I've seen for long-haul, long-term organizing. We have a database where we're constantly disseminating information and building community nucleus so that each nucleus can begin organizing themselves.
For The Real News, this is Jessel Noor in Baltimore.